Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski, joined by Kevin, the Mayor Bryant. It is a beautiful, beautiful Michigan afternoon here at Riverbank Stadium, where we've got the Huron River Rats taking on the Pioneers in boys lacrosse. Kevin Bryant, what are we looking at tonight?
Well, it's the home opener for the River Rats, as well as the opener for the coaching tenure of Timothy Fox. Brand new coach for the River Rats, looking to open up against his crosstown rival, the Pioneers, who've already gotten a couple games up under their belt. Huron, unfortunately, this is going to be their first game of the year, so unlike us finding out a lot of things that are going to happen, this is learning on the fly for you and I, and the fans are going to be watching on their game of the week.
Early on in the season, but still a lot to prove here in this home opener, like you said, for the Rats. Stick around, we'll have the face-off coming right up.
It's going to come to me.
And here we go, everybody, as both squads starting to walk out towards midfield there. Actually, I take that back. That's the Rats coming out first in their home whites, waiting on the Pioneers, road purples. Coming
You know
up to
how
start
that
this one
is?
off.
Basketball, home whites. Football, home dark jerseys.
I've always wondered that. It seems like predominantly that's a football thing, where home teams wear the color,
jerseys,
and then
yeah.
have, like, pretty much every other sport tend to be white at home.
I could see that down south, trying to be, you got that heat coming in on you. You want to, be outside. You want to try to deflect some of that sun.
Yeah, you wonder what the history is behind any sports, going back as far as they do. Regardless, here we've got the opening handshake there on a beautiful, as mentioned in the open, beautiful Michigan spring afternoon. Mid-60s. Our camera guys upstairs and down on the field just getting their tans, not worrying about ice or rain or wind or any of that nonsense fall weather. This is spring at its best.
And you look at you see that sportsmanship going down, giving a high five to the River Rat was Kyle Fu. I love that from the defenseman from the Pioneers. Good way to get this match started.
You got Jack Reagan in there. Comes up with that one.
A little popcorn.
And that was snagged right from the get. Errant pass bounced away there.
Rosenberg trying to find out. It looks like he saw something out of his peripheral, but it wasn't a man, maybe just a shadow.
Yeah, Max Friedman couldn't get in front of that one, couldn't get his stick on that one. River Rat ball. And there, right there, you could see Jack Reagan forced out from midfield. Reagan, you'll be hearing his name an awful lot. You already mentioned Rosenberg for the Pioneers. He is definitely the play starter, the drink stirrer, whatever you want to call him. You'll see him setting up a lot of points for the Pioneers here.
Yeah, McQueen is the one that puts it in the net. You see him right there battling, trying to get the ball away from, I say puck. I always just say puck when I'm calling the sport, just because it moves so fast.
It's a stick sport.
Yeah, and truly with the net out there, and net minders are really big in this sport as well, too.
Now, you mentioned it. We just talked to Angus McQueen right there. He had himself a hat trick against the Skyline Eagles just a few days ago.
Yeah, they played a Saturday morning matinee over at Hallway Field against the Eagles. They'll be facing the Eagles again in just a couple days.
But in the meantime, we'll see the Rats coming up some really slick passing right now. They'll be working this ball around the perimeter, not quite in that scoring zone quite yet, trying to find somebody to make a run. The Pioneers content with leaving the Rats on the outside, maybe forcing them to shoot that longer shot, see what their capabilities are there.
For Coach Kiefer's Pioneers, their defense really showed up against the Eagles, only allowing 2 goals against Skyline after giving up nearly 10 they gave up 9 to Grosse Pointe, 10 to Northville.
But nonetheless, 2-1 record right now. And there's a nice shot, lefty, going right through the middle. And that will be Sam Cow putting that first one in. Nice lefty goal with not even 2 minutes into this one. 10:23 to go here in this first quarter.
And he's just by himself right there, almost inside the crease there, just inside that 12-yard shot, and came down with it off the ground. Great shot. Difficult for the keeper to get his net up to block it, coming up right his hip.
Here we've got our face-off once again. Jack Reagan successful on the first one, less so coming out here. Pioneers will turn it up and get their offense back in motion. Waiting for that play to develop. Big shot coming up the middle there.
Hosman with a great stop. At first, it looks like he had lost it, but he kept the ball in front of him. Of course, in this sport, Nick, that ball has to cross over the entire goal line for it to count.
And you've got that official right on the line there, keeping a real close look.
No shot clock in the high school sport, so you can take your time setting your offense coming out of that exposition.
Nice fake along that far wing, setting up that middle shot there.
Huge.
Big one by Levi Rosenberg there. That will make the Pioneers lead come up to 2 now. Rosenberg had a really nice look straight up the pipe, and what would you say, 12, 14 yards out, fires that one in past Hermanson.
Oh, that was a laser too. And look, it's a great shot here. This is a good angle we're about to see on that replay going, and you could see Rosenberg's view from that angle, what he saw, and he goes right down low, and he, again, another bounce shot. And that was a great shot. Velocity and placement.
Yeah, it went to Hermanson's left side, and not a whole lot you can do other than try to get your body in there, get an elbow on that as quickly as possible. Pioneer back on the attack. I think it'll be a big victory here, big small victory here for Huron to try to just steal one away from him, knock something away, and turn things upfield in transition and try to get on the attack.
Well, take off the pressure off of your goalkeeper and your defenders and actually put some pressure back on the Pioneers. Pioneers have possessed the ball the entire first quarter.
Yeah, outside of that one small attempt there by the Rats, it has been all Pioneers. I mean, we are only 3.5 minutes in right now. But when you watch these Pioneers, again, far side wings, great job by the Pioneers calling out plays, lots of motion coming up through the middle. And this is exactly what you expect from an experienced team that the Pioneers are.
Well, check out the passing as well, Nick. Not a lot of balls hitting the ground, and it's keeping that defense shifting as the Rats are employing their zone defense to try to pack in the net.
Yeah, right you are. Those crisp passes and nice job of receiving them is what's so important in an amateur game.
Boy, slicing right through the defense was Friedman, junior attacker. Just wide on the shot, though.
Now we will see an opportunity here for the River Rats. Cutting up the middle, couldn't quite hold on to that one, though.
A lot of poke checking going on out there by the Pioneers defense in the midfield area.
Well, you know, this is a rough sport. You see these kids running around. They're wearing pads, they're wearing helmets, and it's not for nothing. It's not because they're playing patty cake out there. You're getting whacked with that stick. You're getting shoulders pushed into you. There's definitely a physicality to this sport if you're not sure.
And let's take a look at this save coming up right here, Nick, and right as he was cutting through. And it looks like the keeper, Osmond, got a little bit of his stick onto that ball to redirect.
Yeah, so a great job there by Hermanson to stay with the play, cut off the angle, which is really all you can do at that point, and force a wide shot. And there, I guess you would almost call that an alley-oop right there, yeah, cutting into the middle.
Alley-oop one-timer, too, coming right through the pike. There was number 12, Dutton.
Once again, though, pretty nicely defended by the River Rats.
The deep pass there. I see that. I see 11. Tuttle lost it trying to advance the ball. And so you can see the difference right now, Nick, of the crisp passing by the Pioneers and the lack thereof by the River Rats.
Yeah, I mean, even the Rats running up, just a ball falling out of somebody's stick. And that's obviously not what you want. But this is an inexperienced team. You mentioned it from the get-go. Huron has 25 players out there. 9 of them are returning from last year. Not many seniors. And then after that 9, you want to do some quick math. That's 16 players that have no high school lacrosse experience. So it's a learning process.
And no experience, Nick, and then you're going against your crosstown rival in game uno.
Right. You want to open up against a squad like Pioneer, who is really strong, who does have a lot of experience, and has these kids that are just on point, really, right now. But as usual, learning for Huron, first game too, right? There's always going to be those problems in that first time out, regardless.
Well, you're going to learn the most between a lot of sports the first and second game, they say. So sometimes some adversity like this going in, and was that McQueen?
I believe that was Angus McQueen who put that one in. Low goal for the Pioneers. And just currently a shooting gallery for Pioneer.
And that one was the closest of all of the goals. I mean, McQueen actually was on the doorstep of the goalkeeper. And, I mean, right there, you need some help from your defenders for the keeper to be successful on a play like that.
Yeah, you said it. You need your keeper to call out some names and have that defense crash in on somebody like that. And that just wasn't the case. Great job by McQueen to split those defenders. Yeah. Hold on to that stick with his left hand, slide through that, if I can excuse me, like he was going through the grocery store, and then had a wide open shot.
He's one of the taller players out there, and a little wiry strength, would you say, on that move there?
Oh, yes. Yeah, when you come down, you get that extra torque on his elbow, and yeah, especially when you bounce it low, there's not a lot that a goaltender is going to be able to do about that.
Well, the Rats finally went on draw.
Picked up now by Pioneer. Really slick pass up a solid 20 yards. Such a good pass. Now he's going to go wide and down towards that goal line, wait for the rest of his team to show up. Well received there by the Pioneers all around. Passing really crisp, continues to stay right exactly how they want it.
Well, and being patient. You know, a lot of teams on a fast break like that after a goal would keep the pressure, put the pedal on the metal, right? But Pioneer knows that this is a early in the season match. Great time for Coach Kiefer's squad to work on some things.
Oh, definitely, right? Early on in the season, they're still, like you said, they're still working on things. They're still trying to figure out different plays. They're still trying to get their crispness all there. So, yeah, the ability to have game action and still be able to work on some things. Nice shot.
Wow.
Saved. Couldn't tell if that was off the post or if that was off, if that was blocked by Hermanson.
Yeah, I think that was right off the post. It looked like it.
A classic doink, if you will.
You can see McQueen. He's head and shoulders above the defenders, right?
Yes. Yes, that is a literal statement by you right there. And McQueen doing a really nice job of avoiding any of the aggression from those defenders and just keeping that stick away one-handed and waiting for his opportunity to either take a shot or make a pass. He hasn't been big on the passing thus far. Here we'll see once again. Got the two-hander on it. Oh, he bounced it and doinked. That's
good D.
Yeah. Yeah. And as usual, I mean, you've got so many dudes in front of the net, in front of your goalkeeper. It's really tough to pick up on that ball, which is a light color. You got the sun coming down and hitting things exactly the way it needs to be. It's a tough pickup.
And the first game that both teams has been able to experience the outdoorness of the sport. You know, I mean, not with the elements taking place. I mean, when you're young, you really don't get cold. I've seen, I saw somebody out playing golf last week, and it was on Friday when it was too cold to be playing golf. He was in shorts. But the kid looked like he was in high school having a ball. So, I mean, but this is, for an old man like me, this is perfect weather.
If you saw me out there playing golf, why didn't you stop and say hi? Here is our CTN Sports spring coverage. We've already got that water polo game in the books. Here we are at Pioneer Huron Boys Lacrosse. We'll have some more water polo throughout, a little bit of soccer, some girls lacrosse. We've got a strong slate of games coming up here in the springtime. And, man, if every day is as nice as this one, if every night is as warm as this, I think we'll have a happy and tan group here at CTN Sports.
Well, I mean, kudos to the cameramen. They don't have to put on that Arctic weather gear that they purchased. No, none of that rain gear. I mean, this is just nice. Pleasant day for everyone involved.
Yep.
Besides the rats right now.
And if you do go outside to take your lunch outside and enjoy these pleasant days, check us out on the socials, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or check us out on YouTube and see the full broadcasts.
Follow us, and I always say, tell a friend to follow a friend to follow a friend, because we need more friends.
Don't we all? Getting back to your point earlier, though, about the weather, I mean, so many spring sports do get off on the wrong foot because, like you said, you can't get outside. You're practicing in a gym. You don't have the right feel. All you're doing is running laps or conditioning, and then all of a sudden the weather breaks, and then like 2/3 of your season is over.
I mean, football players, they're practicing right now for the fall. Getting some spring reps in. They're getting some practice time in. They start before school begins, and they're playing in this great weather. But in basketball or any of the winter sports, they're indoors.
You're indoor anyway, exactly.
No problem. But these spring sports, I tell you, in Michigan, it's tough.
Yeah, as a former baseball player, believe me, like those early morning practices, those preschool practices, they were chilly. They were chilly. But we were happy just to be outside.
Yeah.
Getting back to this one, though, you see more of this excellent passing here by the Pioneers. Pioneer trying to penetrate into that middle, but deciding to go wide there to the wing. Nice little shoulder move, and then a whip in. Saved by Hermanson, and he's going to get it out. And maybe now the River Rats can get out of their zone.
Christian has tried to get that pass out, but unfortunately kind of bounced over there before it reached, was it Pollard?
And a really strong effort there by Grenier. He's scrappy. I like what I'm seeing from him right now. He's not giving up. He's going after every ball. And if he's playing defense, he's going to put a little hurt on you.
Well, right now the Rats would love to get a couple shots on goal. I mean, that's the start of your offense, right?
Well, right. I mean, you're talking about small steps, just getting that shot or two. But with a game like this, you never know either, right? Just toss it in there. You never know what could happen. Maybe sun's in the goalie's eyes. Maybe you get a nice strange bounce and something goes in. Might as well throw it out there and find out. And here we can see that last job by Hermanson there. Great job. And then comes up ready to go.
Was he surprised?
I don't know
I mean,
if he's
that look in his head,
surprised.
he's kind of looking at his net like, hey, is it in here? Or is it in? Did I catch it?
I think just genuinely excited that he could receive that and then try to get things going. Yep. Pioneers back on the attack right now, though.
And there you can see how Pioneer is actually stretching the field, trying to create a little bit more space inside the zone where they can attack it with some slashers. And you can see some screens now being placed out top, trying to get the attackers a little bit of space to unleash a shot.
And I wonder if that is Coach Fox, Huron's first-year coach, talking up his guys after that last timeout. Hey, we need to do this. But a great counter move by Pioneer saying, all right, if they're going to do this, let's set up some screens and let's try to work it this way.
Yeah, they're dropping. Huron is dropping all 7 players. Hey, it looks like, right inside that defensive end. And good job there by the keeper.
And that's, Pioneer got exactly what they wanted there with McQueen coming into the middle, receiving that one nicely, had that left-handed shot, got one down, got the ball first above his defenders, got the shot down low, but just wide. But you're right, Huron doing a really nice job of collapsing and minimizing these opportunities.
Yeah, when McQueen comes in there, he does a good job, like you say, of shielding away the Rats. And just it looks like that post came in the way and helped out the keeper, using his foot as well to, expand his width and cover as much of that goal as he could.
Well, post is always going to be the goalie's best friend, but we have seen some really nice play by Hermanson to cut off angles, and there was a low shot. Can't cut that one off. That's Angus McQueen once again. Yeah, McQueen's just got that rocket shot coming in there.
And that was a wrister, too.
And
that was
that
quick.
lefty, yep. Really nice job of getting that torque on it, getting that little bit of a flip to go low. Took his time and put some power into
that,
it.
Yeah.
Put some power into it.
That was a howitzer.
Yeah, from 12 yards away, that ball is just a BB coming at you.
And it's good placement as well, too. Down, low into the corner.
Yeah, as a goalie, not a ton you can do with that. You're obviously going to try to move your foot and kick that one out, but that thing's moving so fast.
Well, and you think you can see the Hosman, he has the a stick in the bottom left hand, so it's a cross body. You would think that's a good catch for him lower right with his stick, but here comes the Pioneers again on the attack. Just the waning minutes here in the first period.
Only 20 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. 4 12-minute quarters in lacrosse. The fastest show on turf, they like to promote themselves as. 5 seconds to go, trying to see what they can make of this one.
I don't think they're going to get a shot.
No desire for it. They were happy to just eat that one and call it the end of the first quarter. And that's what we're going to do as well. After 1 quarter of play, Pioneers up 4-0 here at Riverbank Stadium. Stick around. We'll have more CTN's Game of the Week.
Worcester Park is a 5.5-acre park close to downtown Ann Arbor in the Old West Side neighborhood. The park can be accessed from 3 sides: West Madison from the north, 3rd and West Mosley from the east, and Edgewood Place cul-de-sac from the south. There's a 500-foot paved path on an incline that connects all the entrances and many of the park's features. This is a mixed-use park with a variety of amenities and attractions that offers something for all. There are several native pollinator gardens, a playground, sand volleyball court, horseshoe pit, as well as an informal soccer field. The park provides picnic tables, benches, and many grassy areas to relax, observe nature, or enjoy a picnic. Much of the park sits on a hill, which allows you to see a partial skyline of downtown Ann Arbor. For more, visit a2gov.org/Worcester.
And welcome welcome back, everybody. We're about to start our second quarter of action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. Riverbank Stadium, as you can see, a beautiful, warm, perfect Riverbank Stadium currently.
I can't
Pioneers
believe
are
there's
up
so many
4-0.
people in those stands over there, Nick.
It's beautiful. What are you talking about?
Well, there should be over
more.
across the street at Huron Hills hitting a golf ball, losing it.
There's plenty of time for that. I mean, it's spring. They could probably hit the driving range after this one's over. Sun's
yeah.
up forever
Sun's up.
now.
I love it.
There you can see the fans in shadows, though. That's not great. You can see them bundled up, and you and me are just in here in our shirt sleeves, just ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, they're waiting for the sun to hit them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm no meteorologist, but I don't think it's gonna. Not really exactly an astronomer, but the sun is not in the correct direction. Switching up directions now, however, we've got Pioneer moving right to left on your TV screen or radio dial. Probably not a radio dial.
I wonder, will this be easier for Osmond in the net just because the sun is at his back?
I mean, the sun's definitely going to be an issue. I mean, nobody's going to tell you otherwise. And you have to wonder if it could be a hindrance for Pioneer in their offense, too.
Yeah. And you can see that Pioneer has a tendency of attacking from the right side of the keeper. They did that a lot in the first quarter.
Well, they've got a couple of southpaws, or at least players that are really comfortable using their left hand, so that makes sense coming in and cutting across. Seeing less of those screens there by the Pioneers. They're happy to work it in deep.
Trying to get somebody in the back door. They keep bringing in an attacker, looking for a crease and an opening.
Right, but the River Rats are doing a nice job of staying in front, keeping that zone defense close to Hermanson.
Hermanson isn't the biggest of goalkeepers, but he does cover the net well.
He is not. I've noticed that as well. But yeah, he's doing a really nice job of cutting off angles. Right, that's so much of what a coach will ask of their goalies. Cut off angles. If you get beat, that's fine. But even taking away a few inches can make a huge difference, as we've already seen by the amount of posts hit by Pioneer in this one so far.
And a lot of times, kids, when you're growing up, you have something in your mind of a position you want to play. And just because of your stature or your speed, that just shouldn't discourage you from wanting to play that position. Give me a shot, coach. I just might be that one guy.
Right, you are. And you might want somebody that's got that willingness to go out there. And I mean, not everybody wants to get in front of the goal. Let's see. There he is, Hermanson getting in the mix there, knocking that one away seemingly with his pull.
And you can see the speed that he has. A lot of times the keeper is large, thick, and it's not moving so fast, but he has fast feet as well as fast hands.
And that one was a low shot just away there by the Pioneers.
You can see the net is almost taller than Hermanson down there.
It definitely is. He doesn't need the limbo to get underneath that guy. But you see a lot of these Pioneer shots have been low. They're not going high. I mean, that's not the strategy for the most part with a lacrosse player, because your stick is already up there. You've got the catcher up that high. So the trick is to bounce something or go low. So if you've got a guy that might be a little bit lower in stature, like myself, right, we're getting down there a little quicker anyway.
And that ball, I bet, picks up speed as it ricochets off of the ground.
And speaking of picking up speeds, that's Levi Rosenberg putting another one in. Rosenberg's second of the afternoon. That's going to put the Pioneers up 5-0. But a solid defensive effort by Huron to, I guess, postpone that most recent goal. They've been doing a nice job of staying in there. Hermanson is doing a great job of getting in front of it. But, just look at that. Look at the power and the energy that Rosenberg put into that one. That's a full body swing shot. It's going to be tough to get in front of that and stop that one.
And again, it's coming across the goalkeeper at such a hard angle to pick up and stop. Again, the Rats, though, they would do themselves some well to try to keep at least possession of the ball for a while. That way, and we say that and the ball goes out of bounds on their pass. But they need to give their defense a breather.
Yep.
They need to give their keeper some time to just, take a mental break right now, because he's been in it since the opening kickoff.
Yeah, that's a great call. Hermanson has been that anxiety of waiting for that next shot or calling out his defenders pretty much nonstop since we've started this one.
And here we go. Here we go.
There's a nice job cutting right in. Fake and a high goal there. Very nice by Charlie Fox, the sophomore. And that's going to get the River Rats on the board. And everybody breathes a sigh of relief on that River Rat sideline.
Well, that's what we've been talking about, Nick. And just when we say it, the Rats wake up, and Fox comes in with the head of steam. And it looked like getting out of the action there was Gago, and just that sliver of an opening.
Well,
and the Rats just, Fox.
Yeah, Fox saw daylight and went
executed.
for it. Yep. He saw daylight. He saw his opportunity. He went after it. And I wonder if Pioneer their defense was a little bit on their heels because, it's the exact opposite of their offense. And here we see the Rats going in, cutting on through.
Yeah, you don't want to jump.
No.
Whoa, there's a good body check.
And here everything's getting a little scrappy.
Yeah, this is what you expect to see in between a Huron and Pioneer match, right? Reagan took the worst of that, or actually Reagan dished out that madness on Brolin.
And that's the beauty of this sport. There is a little physicality to it. You will see some stick slinging. You will see some shoulders. And if you are getting frustrated, you can kind of put one on the other guy, and as long as it's legal, as long as it's not, you're not trying to hurt the guy.
Boy, Ayers, he just put on his guns, and he just went down the field another 40-yard sprint before he released that shot. A little bit wide on the shot, though. And I think the goal there by Fox really woke up the Rats.
Yeah, they came right back after it. Here we can see some of that physicality. Nice shot there, knocking his guy down. And the Rats just continued to bully past.
Jack Reagan, a little wake-up call there for the Pioneers. Hello.
And it's funny. There's a big shot from the center. Talking to Coach Fox the other day, his big thing was he said he needed to prep a lot of these guys for the physicality of the sport, right? Only a month in since practice started, they're used to passing and they're used to getting shots and they're working plays. But the thing that they need to get used to for some of these kids that haven't played at this level is the physicality of it. And I would say so far, doing okay. And there's another goal by the Pioneers. Sure looked like that was Levi Rosenberg on that one, I believe.
So that would be his hat trick,
That
right?
would be his hat trick, if indeed it was. Let's take a look at the replay here. Rosenberg spinning away, even with three Rats in his face.
Shelf.
Yep.
Outstanding goal there.
Rosenberg gets that last goal back to keep this 5-goal lead for the Pioneers. 6-1 now with 7:03 left to go here in this second quarter.
And that is a good timeout. I'm not sure if that was Coach Fox calling it, but if so, give your team a break. They got really excited after Charlie Fox's goal. You saw some contact on some physical play there, and then the Pioneers kind of started to get back in their groove.
Well, it was definitely an example of punch-counter-punch, right? It was a great job by the River Rats scoring that goal. Then, like you said, you got that physicality over there. They knock a few guys down. But Pioneer, with the experience that they have under their belts, doing a nice job of weathering that storm, getting back into their offense, which we saw nicely.
Well, you saw Ayers jet up the field after that contact, unleashed a big shot. It was wide, but then that play continued before Rosenberg went hattie on everyone.
Yep. And that's exactly what you want. That's exactly what you want from one of your leaders, and that's Levi Rosenberg. And just, again, he really does seem to be the type of player that gets the party started for the Pioneers. He's setting a lot up. He's looking for his teammates. But as we've seen this evening, he is more than capable of putting the ball in the net. And here we are waiting on the start.
Same keepers in the nets for both teams.
Yeah, wouldn't think that they would take either out. I don't think you're taking Hermanson out. You want him to stay in there and get used to playing a full game. You want him to stay in there and get the feel for the complete experience.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, for Coach Fox, even though looking at the scoreboard right now, he can't be pleased, but to get your young team to grow up fast on your first game, why not play a game like this?
Yeah, and see what the best in the area has to offer and see what you can learn from it. I actually wrote down a great quote from him, and if you think about it, it's brilliant. He said, if we don't make mistakes, we won't get better. And that's just a really simplistic thing to say.
That's how you learn.
And it sounds obvious enough, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It really is. And whether it's making mistakes or whether it is playing against a strong opponent, there's things to be learned.
I really like the way that he's building this program. If you go to their website, the team website, he has a full page of what it's like, the culture that he's building here. He has what it's like to be a player, how you should be a player. It's all built around sportsmanship, nothing around wins and losses. Really good things that young men need to be hearing. Because that's what he's really doing, not just building a team, but young men.
And it's so important in a non-traditional sport like lacrosse as well, right? Like you might have all these kids that have never played it before, and they're just interested in hearing about what it's about. They don't want to go and play for a coach that's just not interested in molding kids. Somebody that's just interested in those wins and losses. They want somebody that's going to be a mentor for them, as well as teach them about lacrosse on the field.
Now the Rats really putting on the gas here on transition.
Fast break shot in, right in on him. Looks like that one got him on his...
the man side.
Might have.
Wow, because he's trying to shake it off out of the net there.
He's dancing it off. And a fast break point blank shot. Not feeling great.
Well, this is where the Rats definitely want to try to get some pressure on the net if the keeper isn't feeling well down there.
Yeah, that's a great point, right? Kick them while they're down, for lack of a better term. But a really nice job of Huron currently setting up their offense, right? They're starting out
in a good play.
Yep.
Well, Krishna.
Great shot there by...
Wow, he wound up on that one.
Arvin Krishnan wound up, caught it and got it in there. He has a really nice sense of where to put that ball, and we saw it right there.
Wow, again, we're talking about how the keeper was feeling it a little for the Pioneers, and what a shot here coming in from Krishna. I mean, he almost tore the netting off of the post.
No, he did. He put pretty much everything he had into that one. And that's a great job. That's what you want from a senior leader as well, right? You get an opportunity. It's one of the only times we've called his name so far in this game, but when he had that chance, he was in on that. Took full advantage of that opportunity.
Well, and you were saying before the game, Fox, Krishna, those are the ones that Coach Fox had mentioned as the players to keep an eye on, because they had been stepping up and leading in practice.
Yep, stepping up and leading in practice, and also just a lot of experience as lacrosse players. They've played lacrosse their entire lives. Christian couldn't quite hold on to that one. Skipped away and out of bounds. Pioneer ball now.
Bowers coming in on that last shot.
And here we can see this point blank shot coming in overhead.
Oof.
Oof indeed.
I feel that.
Oof indeed.
Can I take a break?
But nonetheless, still out there. Rub some dirt on it. And he's
right.
out there.
Easy for us to say, right? I'll just give up the goal and come back and play another game.
Yeah, definitely. That's 100% true. Whit Denson, though, not about that.
Wow, Krishna is trying to take a leg off with that dang on shot.
I think his eyes get awfully big. And here's one coming around. Almost snuck that one in there. That was Bennett Ayers, I believe.
It looked like Reagan, I think. Was that 13? I mean, he was a blur coming in from that X position behind the net.
Nope, you're exactly right. That's my mistake.
And see, this is what Huron needs. put the pressure on, and then you get some errant passes by the Pioneers, right?
That's exactly right. Just adding that little bit of pressure and not letting Pioneer do exactly what they want. Here we see the replay coming in. I think everybody thought he was going to pass it and then just came in right up front, spun around and almost got that guy in. Huron back on the attack. Carl Thorson back there trying to spin away, and we'll have a penalty on that one as well.
Wow. Is that the second penalty? We got penalty flags flying all over the place. For
Laundry
the Pioneers.
everywhere, baby. Laundry everywhere. We're going to have to sit and wait and see what this one ends up with.
Never saw a ref. Did you see the ref grab the ball before it goes out of bounds?
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's at the bottom of the play just because it was going to get blown dead anyway. But the ball was still in play.
He knew. He knew.
Now, huge advantage here coming up for the Rats.
Right, right. This is a huge opportunity to work the ball around. You've got to protect the ball. You've got to take good care of it and then get that open shot when it presents itself. And it will almost definitely present itself.
Now, Nick, this will be 30 seconds, though, right? Or is this a minute on the penalty?
Should be 30. Here we'll see the replay cut into the middle, and I looked like, I don't know, just kind of hacked along the legs there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was watching the replay there. Didn't see the call from the official at the official scorers table, but you see one player from Pioneer is down on a knee at the official scorers table. So you can see that there's at least going to be one man up for the River Rats.
And big opportunity for the Rats here. Down 6-2, 3.5 minutes left to go here in this half. And if they could put another one in the net, that's going to build that confidence.
Oh, definitely. Going into halftime would be something that these Rats can, eat those orange slices a little bit better with. And this is a man that I'd like to see a shot with, Krishna.
Krishna plays it down low.
He goes down in the hole, comes back out of the X position. He's wide up. He's circling around. Keep an eye on him if they reverse the ball. And it's something you can't have on a power play. You have to have crisp, efficient passing.
Right, you are. There's no room to be dropping those. You can see Thorson once again down there. See if he gets an opportunity to jam one back towards the goal, similar to how he had earlier on. I think you're going to get away with that trick maybe once a game.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Huron. Pioneer gets the turnover.
Now the Pioneers shorthanded. Like you said, you don't want to leave your feet. You're gonna get undercut, and that's exactly what happened to McQueen there.
Huge hit there coming from Jackson Pollard, the senior defenseman. He takes it in, drops it inside now.
Now Charlie Fox working around, waiting for his opportunity, hopefully trying to find somebody to cut into the middle, but nowhere to go, Fox. Quality defense there by the Pioneers, cutting off any opportunity for Fox trying to get in a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the Pioneers back at full strength. So the Rats are unable to take advantage of the man advantage there.
Yeah, not an ideal power play. They did have a couple of opportunities, and for the most part, they did do a nice job of hanging on to the ball and not turning it over, with that one exception.
Well, hanging on to the ball, Nick, is exactly what the River Rats have been doing this entire second quarter. They've possessed the ball. I mean, it's tenfold from what they had in the first quarter.
Almost a Hail Mary toss over across the way to maybe Henry Zoker, is that?
Some nice little hello taps from the defenseman on top.
That's what's going to happen. And there we go. As we get a little bit closer, more pushing, knocked down there, Charlie Fox.
He has wheels, maybe not the strength right now being a sophomore.
Yeah, that's such a key component, right? He's still really growing into this, and some of those seniors just knocking down on him. It's gonna be tough. But you get back up and you keep playing. There you can see now there, putting up with it, and then a dead serious shove down. Pioneer back on the offensive side. Like you said, Kevin, we've seen a lot less of this quarter.
Yeah, and maybe it's just the angle of the field. Everybody wants to play where all the sun is going into the goalkeeper. Wow.
Oh, and there we go. Knocked
That's
out
that Jackson Pollard hit.
Yeah, it looked legs taken out right in front of him. You get that high speed of momentum up high. Yeah.
Hey, but it's between the shoulders and the waist. That's legal.
Yep.
As long as you're hitting between there, not above the chin, you're good to go.
Pioneers now continue to work it around, trying to cut into that middle area. Only 8 seconds to go here in this first half, though. Pioneer trying to get in there. And now play stopped with 5. Oh, keep moving on. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second. That will bring this half of action to a close. Huron gets on the board and just a little bit more offense, some stuff to build on with this second half coming up. So please stick around for CTN's Game of the Week.
The Ann Arbor Bikeway is a two-way separated bike lane network in the downtown. Separated bike lanes provide cyclists with their own travel lane, separated from vehicular traffic, that uses concrete curb islands and delineators to provide this separation. We will share some important safety information for using the bikeway. Cyclists must come to a complete stop at intersections with stop signs. Cyclists must stop, look both ways or always for traffic, and proceed in the order of arrival. At a four-way stop, the person to the right goes first. And always be aware of pedestrians and crosswalks. They have the right-of-way. At most signalized intersections, cyclists follow the pedestrian signal. Stop when the signal indicates don't walk. Go when the walk symbol is displayed, and proceed with caution when blinking. Be extra cautious of vehicles turning. Your safety is the top priority, even when you have the right-of-way. Where the bikeway crosses Huron Street, cyclists follow the bike signal. Stop when the signal indicates a red bike, and proceed with caution when the bike symbol is yellow. Two-stage turn boxes are another element you will find at signalized intersections. These boxes provide a safe location for cyclists to wait before turning and crossing the street. There are 2 steps to using the turn box. Step 1. When the pedestrian signal displays the walk symbol, proceed to the turn box and position your bike in the direction you want to proceed. Step 2. Proceed through the intersection when the walk symbol is displayed. You will also notice green stripes on the pavement in many locations along the bikeway. These markings indicate a conflict zone, typically a driveway entrance. This will alert people in cars and on bikes to watch for other users. Use extra caution when you see these green markings. Whether you are an experienced cyclist, new to biking, or a family with young children, the Ann Arbor Bikeway provides a safe and comfortable place to ride for people of all ages and abilities.
And welcome back, everybody, to CTN Sports Game of the Week. On your monitor there, you can see we are at Riverbank Stadium, where the River Rats are down 6-2 to the Pioneers currently. But Kevin, tell me a little bit about specifically that second quarter.
It was a quarter where Pioneer Huron, let's just start there. Their offense opened up. They possessed the ball more. They actually tied 2-2 Pioneer in that second quarter. It was what Coach Fox dreamt of before the game started.
Yeah, for a young squad, for an inexperienced squad, you can't ask for anything more than that. You know, you're going to take things one play at a time, one quarter at a time, and for Coach Fox and his Rats, his young squad of Rats, that second quarter is a big W.
Yeah, and a lot of physical play out of the Rats. They felt good about themselves.
Yeah, I think that they really asserted themselves on the physicality. We'll see if they keep that up, if that's something they're interested in pressing, or if Pioneer will come back with that a little bit as well. What we are seeing from Pioneer right now is that offense that we've seen so much of tonight. And I believe that was McQueen that came up just wide on that shot.
Well, you think about it, Nick. If you're turning and you're looking to the south, that sun is beaming in your right eye. Yeah. So, I mean, you can see right here. Yeah, that was That was a grandma goal there, not inside the net. But again, you can see the way that a lot of the goals have been scored on this end of the field.
Yeah, it's really easy to have that glare coming off the ball, or even the glare coming off the field. You see Hermanson looking for somebody way downtown, finds his man, and they're going to turn it up, and we'll see if the River Rats can get down into their offense. Great job of cutting through some players, knock them down there by the Rats. And the Rats keep doing a nice job of that physicality. They're putting down their shoulder, they're running into bodies, and now they get a chance to set their offense.
And the Rats have been very methodical as far as their offensive attacks have been concerned, and they're really precise when they get inside. At one time we did see from the behind the back shot quickly, but for the most part we've seen big howitzers coming out of Krishna or fast attacks from Fox.
Right on. And we have seen some nice plays from Carl Thorson down there behind the net as well. And we did see some laundry fly there, so now we're just waiting on Pioneer to touch up. But the Rats going to work this one in, try to get the best opportunity for themselves here before anything else happens. Nice job by Pioneer to continue working around, but a solid job by Pioneers to play defense and not let anything through from the River Rats.
And Zacher there misplaced the ball for a minute.
Not to be outdone, though. River Rats going to pick that one up, get right back into the offense. Cutting in along the goal line, knocked down, but again finally touched up by the Pioneers. And the Pioneers will drop somebody into that penalty box, and Huron will find themselves with another power play.
That was Fox on the attack.
That's Thorson down there just getting the business, getting worked, but not to be deterred. He just kept after it, and that's where the penalty came out right there.
Well, you mentioned the strength of the River Rats teams, and that's possessing the ball while you're getting checked. That's one of the parts that you have to be a strong player.
Well, and as a defender, you need to pick your poison about when you are really going to go all out with that physicality. You're not going to do that right from the jump. You're going to wait for them to come into the center a little bit, or as they make a more aggressive play towards the goal.
Another attack there by Fox, and just off the post it looked like that shot.
And that play's whistled dead as Thorson was looking for somebody cutting up the middle.
Only a couple moments left remaining in this power play for the River Rats. You hope they would be able to get another shot off goal.
And there we can see that shot right at the middle, just knocked down a little bit. Great defense by the Pioneers to muck up that power play for the River Rats. And you're right, I mean, but honestly, like, this power play has been a little more successful than their previous opportunity. They've held on to it, they've gotten a couple of really nice opportunities, and you can see these offensive play sets actually working. You can see these River Rat players making their cuts, setting some screens, and then getting an opportunity right there just like that.
Well, you said the coaches, what was the coach's quote?
If we don't make mistakes, we won't get better.
You got to try, right? You have to try, and that's exactly what the River Rats have been doing on that power play. Weren't successful. Looks like the man is still in the box over there, so that might have been a major. And there he's coming into play now from the center. So it looks like that was McQueen that was in the box, and now the Pioneers back to full strength.
Thorson getting things started, finds Christian in there. Christian not showing a ton of urgency, waiting for his players to start the play back up.
And he's going wide. He's creating a lot of space inside there.
Yep,
and that's for Fox maybe.
And I think Fox is doing a really nice job of drawing those defenders out a little bit, just trying to find somebody cutting up the middle. No go, but now we got the Pioneers coming up on a power play. And there's that McQueen low shot knocked away by Hermanson, saved, he came up with that one
Hermanson
straight
did
up.
An awesome job in the net there. I mean, eyeballing that one out and then taking it out of the air in one swipe. I mean, that was a great job off of the fast break.
Here we can see that fast break coming in. He's going to find McQueen on that right side, that right wing, near wing, whips it in there, and Hermanson ducks a little bit, finds it, and just stares the firing squad down, comes up with the save. Great job by Hermanson there.
Right inside the hole there on the doorstep, and that is be a goal for the Pioneers.
And that was a delayed penalty on that goal as well.
Yeah, that was Dutton, one of the captains for the Pioneers. And, I mean, there was a lot of contact, and the officials are coming together. And I wonder, are they going to count this one? Yeah, they do. They got the hands up in the air goal, and they'll still call the penalty on the River Rats, so River Rats will be down a minute.
And you're right. You saw Dutton get in the middle there and only have one player in front of him with, I don't know,
well, there
2
was
yards to spare in front of that goal.
If we go way back, there was the penalty flags, and then there was a Pioneer man that came into the crease, and Dutton laid him out.
Yep.
And I think that's why that second penalty came in, and he's sitting on the sideline now.
Face-off won by the River Rats, though. Nice job of getting possession here, trying to kill this one off. Christian finding some open spot, finds his man off to the side. Fox couldn't come in with that one.
Good
he was thinking about firing that one in before he was receiving it entirely, I think.
Looked like it was a little opening in the 5-hole there, too.
Yep. Yeah, great job both of those guys playing together, just reading each other's body language, and that's what you want from a couple of attackers, right? Being on the same page and being able to find each other even in the smallest holes. 7-2 Pioneers up currently. And here we're going to see possibly that last penalty with that...
right in front of the net. Watch this. Bye-bye. You think it was a flop?
I mean, Wagner's a big kid, but it didn't seem like he put a lot of weight behind that check.
I mean, the officials, they call it. We can only comment on what they did, right?
That's right. But, I mean, once again, Huron not afraid to play the physical card. Here with 6:24 to go here in this third quarter. Only one goal so far, that goal by Dutton. And here we can see Huron getting knocked from behind. It's Nick Bowers, I believe, getting smacked from behind. And now we've got just...
a lot of people over at the scorer's table, and you can see 2 people on a knee. That means that there's 2 people in the penalty box, one for both sides. And then you have someone ready to check in for the River Rats.
A little bit of a logjam over there. Here you see Fox tries to get in there. No open space, though. Now they'll work back around. Sends it over to Christian near side on this wing. He'll keep spinning around, trying to find one of his players cutting through those middle hash marks. Or he's just going to go and make it on his own.
Yeah, both teams now back at full strength.
Gets Thorsten down there. Couldn't quite find his man cutting into the middle.
Denson way out of the net. Wow.
That's an aggressive play, and that's gonna make a coach nervous. There's Thorsten one more time. Man, finds Christian, and nice fake. Couldn't find the trigger to send that one through, though.
And he's really been going wide side. That was a near side shot out of Krishna.
Christian, really nice job of pulling that fake off. I mean, we've seen some big shots out of him, and when you're preparing for that, you're going to be able to get away from that little head fake. Get away with that little head fake. Thorsten down behind the net once again, trying to find somebody cutting, or if he's just going to go back to Christian as his go-to, his safety blanket there.
Man, he has taken a lot for the team.
Yeah, he's gotten more than a few of those long sticks jabbed into his ribs or knocked onto his forearms there.
There's a turnover.
Nice job by Rosenberg to intercept that pass and then come up into the offensive zone.
It looks like they have too many men on the field right now almost. A lot of switching going on for the Pioneers.
Changing on the fly. Pioneers getting back into their offensive set.
Huron defense has really stepped up since that first quarter.
Well, I think you're right. I think they've gotten some breaks, right? They've gotten a chance to catch their breath, which gives them a chance to be a little bit more aggressive when the play comes back to them.
Oh, nice deke there.
Quality fake there by Sam Cow, but he is met with a stick to his grill.
Wow, he just went down to a knee, and now that he's away from the play, they're going to stop action.
As they should. Let's take a look at that one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he took one upstairs, and it was a little before that play there. We'll catch it again. We'll look at it again, but he really went down hard, and the trainer's going to come out and visit him on the field.
Here we see him coming in. Ooh, we got him right there.
That second deke wasn't too dekey.
Yep. Yeah, he got the head, got the chest, maybe a little bit of his neck there as well.
Well, you saw the official just drop a flag and a hat. So that definitely has to be a major infraction there coming up.
Yeah, you don't want those sticks coming up on these kids' heads, obviously. That goes without saying. There's a lot of these things getting thrown around there, and that's the last thing you want is just that stick to anything above shoulder height, whether it be head, face, back of the head, back of the neck, throat. You don't want any of that.
So it was a good deke there, and then coming in, and again it was poking, I believe, for the River Rats coming in, and that slash comes right down and is a little bit high.
Yeah, just definitely too high. Seems like it caught him neck, jaw area.
But coming in to the play, the Pioneer attacker, I mean, he kind of went down a little bit, Chow, a little bit, and that opened it up to the Huron player coming in a little bit higher. It's kind of a combination of bad place or on time, both players.
Right, you are. Here we see the Rats low there. You can see their helmets a bit. Get a good look at those white jerseys. Now, is that Vegas gold? Is that what the other the Huron colors are?
Well, we have so many alternative jerseys over here in the River Rat, closet. We break out anything we'd like to. These are the opening day jerseys.
Gotcha. Got to have those. Commemorative, I'm sure. There you can see Cow coming off.
Good to see him walking off by his own.
Yeah, you anytime you see a player go down, it's important to see them come up of their own strength. Still holding the breadbasket there, not feeling great. It might be the last we see of him this afternoon. Kyle, of course, got the ball rolling here for the Pioneers, scoring that first goal with about a minute 30 to go. A minute 30 into the game. And the Pioneers still sit with a nice, healthy lead, up 7-2. 3:55 to go here in this third quarter.
And yes, it will be a two-man advantage for the Pioneers here. Big play coming up for the Huron defense.
Yeah, we'll see those River Rats in that box defense willing to give up that longer shot in just the hope that anybody comes into the middle where they can put a body on somebody or double that person up.
Yeah, right now you're playing against the clock. If you're the Rats, you want this penalty to expire and get your team back to full strength.
Nice job receiving that pass by Rosenberg. Knocked down, kicked back out.
That's a good job by the defenseman. That ball didn't even get through.
There you can see one more opportunity for the Pioneers trying to go low, but no. Stout defense by the Rats, sticking with it.
Just what Coach Fox wants to see, his team in some adversity and stepping up.
I believe that was number 2, but was it Bennett Ayers putting that one in?
I believe so.
Ayers' first goal of the evening.
And it looks like Ayers went downstairs again, and that's been the calling card for the Pioneers, being successful on their offensive attacks.
Yeah, the River Rats did a yeoman's job there, but there's only so much you're going to be able to do with this potent Pioneer offense.
Especially
just the way that they
men.
pass. Exactly. Eventually the Pioneer just wore them down. They crept in, a foot here, a yard here, and then they got that really nice close shot that Bennett Ayers sent in. Now 6-goal lead here by the Pioneers. Face-off coming up to the middle.
This is one of the areas that Huron's been successful in, is some of these, face-offs.
Yep. Yeah, that's been a nice start. They won the initial face-off, and they just couldn't come up with it at midfield to get into that offensive attack right from the get-go. Could be looking at some different situations here if they hold on to that one and get into their offensive side a little earlier.
Couldn't rake that one up into his net.
Pioneers starting the offense off the long pass.
Good grab there, though. Usually don't see defensemen with those kind of hands.
There's Gago there that came up with that one and tried to work it in, try to get the offense going. We got another flag on the far side of the field.
Might be offsides there or something.
Pioneer maintaining possession. The Rats are going to do their best to just touch up and not give up a big, hard shot just like that one.
Like that play.
I believe that was Rosenberg coming in off the near side hash to cut into the middle. Received that pass and got a nice look going into the net. Towards the net, I should say.
Legal procedure? Legal procedure.
Is that what they called?
Yeah, he rolled his hands like it was a legal procedure, so we're going to go with that. They're on a football field.
Close enough for me. Yeah! And here we can see
Love
Rosenberg
that play.
just crept in. You saw the River Rat defense close in, and Rosenberg saw that and took advantage of it.
Can you do a back door from the front door?
I think they did. Nice fake there by McQueen. Gets through.
Osmond, good job with his stick there,
Yep.
going up and blocking it.
Yeah, Hermanson has definitely got to work out this evening. He'll have some bruises to show for it tomorrow, I'm sure.
Oh, that was a snag out of the air by the defenseman.
And then McQueen knocked down.
It's going to get a penalty for that.
You can see McQueen with that first opportunity, just a little high. He was trying to stay away from that low skipping shot.
And that was Griner, Brady Griner, going out and taking the business from the Pioneers, getting the penalty.
And now with 1:38 to go here in this third quarter, we'll see what the Rats can do with another power play. They've yet to successfully score on a power play, but they've had some opportunities.
Yeah, and again, first game of the year, so all of this is learning for the Rats. And even in these power play situations, maybe they're going to their second and third dairy plays there as far as that first one. Here
Rats
they come in.
coming up on this power play now. There's Christian on the near wing. Possibly looking for Fox cutting in towards the hole there.
I think our cameramen are finding like that the sun is not their friend.
No. Yeah, it's definitely a figure out which filter we're in, figure out where things are going. I mean, and you've got the sun ever changing at this point in the day.
And plus, you're following around a little white ball.
It's tiny. It's a tough look. You're not wrong. And cycling around by Huron. There's Thorson out from behind the net. He's primarily that behind the net player, especially on the power play. So getting him out through between the hash marks was a different look for the River Rats.
That's, again, unfortunate that the Rats didn't get a good shot on goal there. As you say, that's something that they'll have to work on. Going back and looking at the film of this game is their power play attacks.
True enough, but they did maintain possession. And again, Pioneer doing a really nice job of cutting off any easy opportunities on those shorthanded situations. And now the Pioneers back into a situation we've seen them do an awful lot tonight in the offensive zone.
And here they got a man trailing coming in. They're back to full strength. Up on top is Ayers.
Big shot there by Bennett Ayers. Knocked away once again by Hermanson. And Ayers coming in off that wide hash mark, the far hash mark.
Hermanson wants it in the net so he can take it upfield. You know the goalkeeper can really pretty much take it up the center field.
Well, if you've got a goalie that's willing to get out there and make some passes, that's huge. And that will do it for the third quarter of play here at Riverbank Stadium and CTN Sports Game of the Week. Stick around. We'll have the fourth quarter coming right up.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
And here we go, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got fourth quarter action coming up here at Riverbank Stadium. Boys lacrosse, the Pioneers are up 8-2 on the home River Rats. Kevin, tell us a little bit about that third quarter and what we've seen overall.
Hey, don't let that score fool you. The River Rats have been playing some very good games. If you take away that first quarter, really the first half of the first quarter, this game is totally different. I mean, it took a little bit for the River Rats to get going, but they've been playing solid. That third quarter was really about Huron not taking advantage of their man advantages. A couple times Pioneer put themselves down a player, but Huron just could not find the back of the net. And it's not for a lack of offense of possessions, as well as defense of physicality.
Well, on the other end of that, Pioneer have found themselves with a power play, and they did score convincingly. So it is a matter of taking advantage of these opportunities when you can. Pioneer back on the attack, looking for that man down low. Just a nice, almost too easy shot over there to McQueen.
I'm sorry, Nick, but I still want to say a lot of our goals have been scored on the north side of the stadium, and that's where the goalkeepers are looking. The sun is beaming, coming into you, and it's not as high as it'll be in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, and that could definitely have something to do with it. It's not a non-factor, if nothing else, right? Looking towards the sun, the reflections, whatever it might be, that's definitely something to consider. And also, right, still early on in the season, something that both goaltenders are still trying to work out, still trying to figure out and find their way around.
Well, and that's the thing. Pioneer, they've played 3 full games, and it shows.
Yep.
It shows with the continuity, the crispness of their passing, as well as, like you said, their power plays.
And there we see McQueen one more time cutting in. Just, it is, we've talked about it, but it's funny to see how much bigger he is and just the strength that he possesses going in there, just waving off defensive attacks to get open shots.
And now the Pioneers are turning up that contact now and poke checking that ball away from the Rats before they can even mount any attack.
And the Pioneers doing a great job of possession. This is something that we saw a lot of them from that first quarter, and I'm sure that's something that everyone on that Pioneer sideline kept talking about. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to that.
Well, right now, too, this is the time of the game where a lot of the Pioneers that hadn't been able to see the field are sniffing and standing a little closer to the coach.
Yeah, I think
Coach
you're right
Kiefer,
about that.
I'm here.
I think you're right about that. There goes McQueen with another high shot. His release is just coming off just a little bit too early.
Nice pass. Oh, just a bit too tall.
And now scooped up by the Pioneer defender. Really nice forecheck there by Krishnan.
Yeah, he's battling Schaefer over there in the corner.
Well, now you got Thorson, who's taken a ton of abuse this game. Cuts into the middle.
Decides to go back around. Oh!
Decides to look for one more, and then we've got a penalty flag. A play was called. I wonder if they're calling this on the Rats then.
No, he's grabbing number 10 that's jogging to the bench. It looks like a slash.
That's Gago going to the penalty area, I suppose you should say. It seemed like Thorson. Yeah, I think that might have been just the end of it there. You can see Thorson grabbing his neck or just under his chin strap.
You'd have liked to see the refs allow that play on, though, right?
That's definitely a typical situation, but that's not what we've got. And here we are with the Rats on another power play, hoping to just keep building on what we've seen so far this game.
And the Rats right now have maybe want to try something different. Here's something different. Just get a shot on goal.
Yep.
As opposed to passing it around, put more pressure on. Now you got another penalty that's coming up on the Pioneers.
And here we can see this last penalty. Oh yeah, just on his way by, slashes Thorson on the chin, the side of his mask there.
And this one looks like it was another slash on Adam Porter. The senior goes and he's on the bench now. Huge opportunity with the two-man advantage.
Yeah, this is going to start with Huron holding possession.
That's not a good start.
It's not a good start. They're not holding possession. Thorson's going to go and scoop that one up. But right, they've got to hold the possession. They've got to make a couple of quick, crisp passes.
They're not working with this up here in the booth.
No, this is Jinx Central by us, I believe. Make a couple of quick, crisp passes, receive them nicely.
Throw it over your guy's
and then get
head.
it in there.
Don't even catch it. There you go. Good job. Now they're listening to us?
Now they're right. Yeah, that's the opposite of what we wanted there. Christian goes and recovers that one nonetheless, trying to work out of that shadow. Finds, I believe that's Thorson along the goal line, but he is just gobbled up by several Pioneers. Gobbled up and knocked down for his efforts. Not the first time tonight. That kid's caught some abuse tonight, but
and now they're more abuse that there's a turnover and they give the possession to the Pioneers. Wow, that was a Malunchy crunch.
No, he got sandwiched there, but the big problem was that slash from behind.
And that's going to be on number 3, Fox going into the box.
And that's the frustration, right? He was frustrated after the lack of goals on that power play, maybe even just the lack of continuity going on.
Well, execution. Yeah, the first pass from Krishna over the head of the receiver. This is the third pass over the head of the receiver. You can't get anything going when you got a two-man advantage like that.
Yeah, and that frustration just gets taken out, and that's the last thing you want, right? As a coach or even as a captain, you've got to hold these frustrations in and not make your team worse for the wear in a situation like that. That said, he's a sophomore, and that's a learning experience, and these are the things that you're picking up slowly but surely, game by game.
And again, we keep harping on this, but this is the first game of the season for the Riverets. So a lot of these things that they've been doing in practice, it's coming at them faster, and it's coming at them live from another team. It's not your teammate that's taking the foot off the pedal of the gas.
Right, or the dude that you've been playing with for the last 4 weeks. These are brand new people. Exactly. Pioneers working it around now, still trying to find those cutters in. And that was almost a happy birthday there by the River Rat defender.
There he goes.
Rosenberg, McQueen with that high shot again. He seems releasing just a little too early. A little too early. I'm far from a lacrosse expert, but his last few shots,
a little bit more follow through.
Yep, his last few shots have been either just a little high or that one was pretty significantly high. Let's see if they'll try to get Rosenberg or McQueen to get set up for another one of those shots.
Yeah, now the Rats are back at full strength with Fox back out on the field.
And Rosenberg carrying that one out around underneath, finding Max Friedman, that near stripe. There we see them cut in. Another high shot goes over the head of Hermanson, and he's probably a little happy about that as well.
Yeah, that one came in with some heat.
And there he finds him right in the middle was that Max Friedman. And that will be another goal for the Pioneers.
The 6:28 mark in the fourth. That's Friedman's first one, right?
That is first goal for Friedman this evening. And there you can see, great job by Freeman, great awareness. He was in the middle of all those dudes, all those defenders. Did a nice job of receiving that pass, keeping his head about him, and then just poking that one right in. First goal for Friedman, first goal for the Pioneers this quarter. And that one's going to put them up 9-2 now. Really nice work by Friedman to get that in the midst of everything and have the wherewithal to put that in quickly.
And it's time to get on the stat sheet.
Yeah. I mean, again, still early for the Pioneers, too. You want to get everybody involved. You want everybody to get that feeling of putting the ball in the net.
Good job there by the Huron defense and not allowing that pass to just find its receiver. Get in the way, make some contact. That's one thing Coach Fox's squad has been doing a good job of, is putting some wood on the Pioneer attackers.
Yeah, they've been extra aggressive at certain times.
And more of the penalties have been on the slashing from Pioneers, not the checking coming out from the Pioneers.
Right, you are. Angus McQueen there finds the net for his third goal of the game. And on that one, Huron doing not exactly what we were just talking about. It seemed like they let McQueen just drift in there.
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave him with that wide open shot. And I don't know.
He kind of lulled the defender to sleep there a little bit and then he put a little burst in 3 steps. And like you say, when he's coming in on that side and he has that left-handed, that southpaw feel, he found the top shelf that time.
Yeah, I think you hit it. I think that was a little bit of a lull to sleep. He was just taking some short stutter steps and then all of a sudden, burst of speed cutting in there. And I think he caught everybody off guard, especially the defender right in front of him.
Back-to-back hack tricks.
Yeah. Right, that's what you want from your attackers, the guys that put the ball in the net.
That shot looks like it's from a defender.
10-2 now, Pioneers up in this one, commanding the proverbial commanding lead.
As Nick Bowers, the defenseman for the Riverettes, on the shot.
Huron getting back into their offensive set. Trying to find Fox there on that near side pass. Fox cutting up.
Good screen.
Really nice job of setting that little bit of a pick. Find Christian with that long shot. Full body swing throw into that one, just wide.
It's amazing that he has so much good aim when he's throwing that ball so hard with his entire body. Not a wrister.
Right, that's somebody that's played this game for a while, and they understand what it takes to put that extra oomph on the ball to get it in the net. Yeah, somebody that's worked on their game, somebody that knows the physics of it and knows the fundamentals of it. And Fox is the same way.
Yeah.
Fox has played lacrosse pretty much his whole life from what his dad was telling me.
Well, and you see how they are positioned on opposite sides, so both the Rats, they can go to either side if you're an attacker and find either Fox or Krishna coming in.
Well, Fox has got that southpaw shot, and you've got Krishnan on the other side, righty, so non-wrong-handed, as they might say.
I like that.
And Christian finds his man down along the goal line, trying to find somebody to cut in. Receives it, but blocked away.
Tuttle, right on the doorstep. Can I have that back?
Yeah, you dream about those, right? That's the one you see in your nightmares when you do get that inch of daylight, that opportunity to see something, and then just can't quite find it where you want it.
Great poke checking right there, and that's going to be a little bit too much contact out of the Pioneers.
Too much tumble down in the middle. And you can see that last shot. There's Christian going down to find his man. Sends it away.
Whoops.
You goes in to get it, and just as he pulls it back, that one rolls out. Frustrating. Like you said, he's gonna see that one. He's gonna feel that one in his dreams tonight.
Yeah. That's the one during film study that everybody says, man.
Right.
So I'm not sure what the stoppage of play is. It looks like we have a penalty on the Riverettes because there is one man down on a knee at the scorer's table.
And now the Pioneers back into that offense, pushing it down into their zone. We are seeing some new names, some new faces out there.
We thought that would be the case here in the fourth quarter. Under 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, McQueen's gone, Rosenberg gone, and now you're just going to see some of these other younger players for the Pioneers get a chance to get out there, work this offense around, and this is what you need when you're building an actual program.
Well, when you have a program, these are the advantages that you have. You can get some of the younger players some real-life experience in a game, not just practice, in a game.
Right, meaningful minutes getting out there against kids that you're going to play against for years to come, hopefully. And you can see that last opportunity by the Pioneers. Stout defense there by the Rats, coming in there and knocking that one away. The Rats have got pride to play for right now, and they don't want to play anything less than 48 minutes.
Oh, they've been out here. They've learned a lot. They've put a lot of hair on the chin of this game and this season. Really, the way they started off the first quarter and the way they ended the middle part of this game, that's the tape that the coaches, staff would love to just replay over and over again for these young teams.
Yes, that's exactly it. And again, just to say that they played all 48 minutes, they left it all out there, no matter what, no hanging their heads, and even being able to take some counter offensive opportunities like this. There's Thorson. He finds Fox right out in front. Doinked it right off his melon, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Wow.
You don't see that too often.
No, I don't believe you do. Whit Denson using his noodle. There's Thorson. You think he's going for it? Fox comes in, point blank, and doinks it right off his melon. Denson using his head.
Standing on his head right now,
That's right. That's right. And now with 2:15 to play, Huron continues the attack.
Boy, Krishna just using that body, trying to create space before the shot.
Yeah, really nice job of finding a little opportunity there and using his body to do so.
Yeah, and really good job by the Pioneer defenseman from shadowing him.
And now Pioneer will find themselves back on the offense.
And Gago taking it full 80 yards, right? Bouncing people off of him.
And now with 1:42 left to go here in this one, we would like to take a moment to thank everyone out there that makes this broadcast possible. On camera this evening, we've got Ken Simpson, Mike Koski, and Katsumi Nagai. Audio replay is Mo El Masri. And of course, Rob Cross bringing it all together in the truck as our director.
That was a goal cross cage. Good. Boy, the defender ran, the attacker ran all around in a circle before he released that shot. I believe it was number 4.
Here we see that. Was
Was that Rosenberg?
No. Let's see a different angle on that. We might be able to pull up exactly who it was. I do not believe Rosenberg was out there any longer.
18. See, that's what you get on this time of the game. Though that number 18's not on our roster, but
That'll happen. That'll happen. Nonetheless, he got a goal, and it looked really nice.
then you have a decision on your hands with a couple hat tricks down there.
Yeah, big decision. we'll see who we're going to see down there, but I'm pretty sure I like what Rosenberg did tonight. He did it early, and as usual, I mean, he starts a lot of these offensive attacks off. So I think we'll be talking to him momentarily.
Now as the Rats take possession again, Krishna. Maybe a little gassed right now at this time of the match. He's been really between him and Fox as he finds Fox again on the pass. The two folks that have really been the engine for the Riverets offense. Fox trying to weave his way in. And he checked off there. Good shielding by the Pioneer defense. Ooh, that shot went upstairs though. No penalty called. Now a penalty comes in. And Fox will let the ball, and Fox goes down in a heap. Wow, that was a lot of contact by Gago. Gago kind of gave Fox some of the business while Fox was down on the ground. And then he gets up, and that's when the penalty flies. So we may even get a penalty shot here because it looked like Fox was down inside. And let's see, Fox with one shot, and this shot right here in the head. And it looks like, and there's another shot coming in. And then from the backside, man, what was that, number 26? It kind of laid the final wood. So that definitely should be a two-player penalty coming up. And now the second player, number 26, is going off the field, the defenseman for Pioneer. Only 2 seconds still remaining in the game, so it's going to be a quick restart, and you'll probably hear the horn. So the official gives the penalty to the scorer's table, and this will be a quick start and stop. And that will do it, folks. So the Pioneers come away with their third victory on the year. River Rats dropping the inaugural game for Coach Fox. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back as Nick will go down on the field and hunt out our key player of the game. Hey folks, I hope you like what you're watching, and if you do, hit that little like button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at A2CTN Sports.
And here we are down on the field with key player of the game, Levi Rosenberg. First of all, what did it mean? How did you get that offense going early on in that first quarter?
We just came out, ran our offense, did our thing out there, and we were able to get it going, work the ball around, and create opportunities.
Now, and that's the big thing. You weren't just putting the ball in the net. You were creating opportunities for other teammates. Tell me about that position for you in the game tonight, or as a season as a whole.
Yeah, so, just got to play as a team, come out there every night, play as a team, and get it around, get everybody involved. Everybody on this offense can score, everybody on this offense can shoot, everybody on this offense can pass. So get it around, trust your boys to finish it.
And lastly, what does it mean to come up with a big win against a crosstown rivalry like this one?
It's a great feeling, beat Skyline on Saturday, Huron today, running the city right now. But we got one more game against each, so we're going to come out there, we're going to play hard and keep this winning streak going.
That's the absolute right attitude, and you've earned that feeling. You've earned that key. Kevin, back to you.
Great job, Nick, with that key player of the game, Levi Rosenberg. Hat trick, key player of the game. Well, folks, thank you for joining us for our CTN Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right here next week. Actually, we'll be in the water for water polo. So for Nick Wesnitsky, I'm Kevin Bryant. Until next time on CTN Sports, good night, folks.
You know what else they keep on the top shelf besides the goals?
What's that, man?
Peanut butter.